And of course, of the signs of the Mahdi is that he shall be the ruler of the entire Muslim Ummah. It is crystal clear that the phenomenon of the Mahdi will not be a local or regional revolution. Rather, it will be an international one, encompassing the entire world as we know it. He shall be the undisputed leader of all the Muslims from east to west. And there are many explicit references to this in the hadith that we have quoted earlier. Of them is the hadith that we said of Abu Dawood, where the Prophet ﷺ said, if there were only one day left, Allah would make that day longer, and He shall fill the earth with justice. So He fills the entire earth. In another hadith which is authentic, reported in At-Tabarani's Al-Mu'jam Al-Kabir, the Prophet ﷺ said, يَلِي أَمْرَ هَذِهِ الْأُمَّةِ فِي آخِرِ زَمَانِهَا رَجُلٌ مِّنْ أَهْلِ بَيْتِي. He said, this matter or this ummah of ours shall be governed at the end of time, a person from my household. In other words, a person from my household shall take charge of the affairs of this entire ummah. يَلِي أَمْرَ هَذِهِ الْأُمَّةِ. And this clearly shows that he shall rule over all the Muslims. And of course, that's the whole point. The Mahdi will be one who is rightly guided and spreads righteousness in the entire earth. He shall affect the entire world, and he shall fill it with justice and righteousness as it was filled with evil and oppression before his time. Likewise, we know from a hadith that we have quoted that the Mahdi shall rule for 7 years. In other words, after this allegiance is given to him at the Kaaba and he becomes the undisputed head of the Muslim Ummah, the entire Muslims will recognize that this is the Mahdi. He shall then live for 7 years after this event. And this has already been reported where the Prophet ﷺ said, يَمْلِكُ سَبْعَ سِنِينَ, the hadith of Abu Dawood that we quoted earlier, he shall rule for 7 years. In some ahadith, the Prophet ﷺ basically gave other opinions. He said, he shall rule for 7 or 8 or 9. And he shall fill the earth with justice, and the earth shall sprout forth its produce and vegetation, and the sky shall send its rain. This is hadith in the Musnad of Imam Ahmad. The hadith is authentic. However, the other ahadith clearly mention 7. So it is possible that in the beginning the Prophet ﷺ did not know whether he would rule for 7 or 8 or 9. So he said he shall rule for 7 or 8 or 9. And later on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informed it would be 7. So he explicitly mentioned that it would be 7 years after that. Another sign of the Mahdi is that he shall enjoy the greatest khilafah ever known to men. It is reported in the Sahih of Imam Muslim from Abu Sa'id al-Khudri and also from Jabir ibn Abdullah that the Prophet ﷺ said, there shall come towards the end of time a Khalifa who shall distribute money and not even count it. Just give money to the people. And of course this hadith, although it doesn't mention the Mahdi, it is a reference to him, and it is of the ahadith that are from Bukhari and Muslim that hint towards the Mahdi. Other ahadith clearly mention that he shall distribute money justly and equally amongst the people. And in the hadith that I just quoted you from the Musnad of Imam Ahmad, the Prophet ﷺ told us that the earth shall sprout forth its produce and the sky shall send down their rain. In another version of this hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, and during his time, my ummah shall live a life the like of which they have never lived before. They shall enjoy a life the like of which they have never lived before. In the Mustadrak of Al-Hakim, in another hadith reported from Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, an authentic hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, the Mahdi shall appear in the end of times, in the last of the Ummah. Allah will cause the rain to fall for him, and the earth shall produce its fruit, and he shall distribute money justly. The livestock will flourish, and the Ummah shall excel. He shall live 7 or 8 years. Al-Hakim said it was an authentic hadith, and Al-Dhahabi agreed with him, and it is as they said. So from all of these ahadith, it is clear that the reign of the Mahdi will be a time of great rejoice, of very great comfort, in fact the greatest that the Ummah has ever seen. Of course, this does not mean that the Mahdi shall be better than Abu Bakr and Umar or the companions, for of course Abu Bakr and Umar are better than him. However, even though these companions are greater and more noble in the sight of Allah than the Mahdi shall have